Hey guys, welcome back to another video, this time for episode 3 of the latest season of Champions. Lately you guys have been absolutely killing it with the likes. My first video I asked for 10 likes and you guys reached more than 3,000. And for my second video I asked for 100 likes and you guys reached 3,500. So for this video, can we hit 3,000 likes and I'll keep doing weekly episodes. Also in my last video I included subtitles for Spanish, French, and Portuguese speakers and a lot of you guys appreciated that. So this time I also included German and Italian subtitles along with the Spanish, French, and Portuguese. So just click to enjoy. Anyway, without further ado, let's get straight into this video.
Elite footballers and their managers live together under one roof. Players stop being polite and start getting real. This is the Champions.
So last video I asked you guys if you wanted me to go over the intro Easter eggs every single time, and most of you guys asked me not to do that. So if you want to see a breakdown of this intro or any of my last videos, click the link in the description.
Zlatan is back in the Sweden team because it is when people are most desperate that they turn to God.
You know you accomplished something amazing when Pele tells you, no, you didn't.
Tell me about it!
Lampard as a midfielder was a great rival.
And how about as a manager?
Lampard as a midfielder was a great rival.
Me and the ground are tight, yo. Sometimes I'll fall over just to say hi. Yo, what's good? Where you been?
So here we have a couple of references. Firstly, we see a reference to Zlatan returning to the Sweden national team after retiring in 2016. He originally tried to return in 2018 but was denied by Sweden because they felt they had a good enough team without him. But this year Sweden is more desperate, so they called up a 39-year-old Zlatan to help the team. Also, Zlatan calling himself a god is a reference to his insane ego, which this whole episode is based on. Next, we see Ronaldo and Messi calling out Pele for diminishing their accomplishments. This is a reference to the fact that Pele never wants to give credit to the future generations of football, and has even gone as far as refusing to acknowledge Messi and Ronaldo for passing his goal-scoring records. Next, we see Gerrard speaking about his midfield rival Frank Lampard, who battled Gerrard during his playing days, but also a reference to the fact that on a manager level, Lampard has struggled, causing him to be fired from Chelsea and currently be unemployed. Finally, we see a reference to Neymar constantly diving during games, with his explanation that he just likes to say hi to the ground.
What's good? Where you been?
Here, I'm open.
Guys, over here!
Hey, look, it's Alfonso.
Hello, Fonzie.
Come quick, you need to see this!
Here we have a couple of easily missed Easter eggs hidden in the background, especially in the chat screen, where we see Lukaku commenting class along with Mbappe saying that was top cool. After that, we see Fernandes type penalty, a reference to Bruno Fernandes largely relying on penalties for scoring opportunities. After that, we see Kane with the username Kane Diver commenting gibberish. This is a reference both to the fact that Kane constantly dives in games, along with his terrible interviewing skills. We see Ciro Immobile comment Bella, a reference to his Italian heritage. After that, we see Dele Alli's username, which is Bench Boy, a reference to him playing left bench for the last few months. After that, we also see Sancho asking to switch teams, along with Lewandowski commenting, wow, that's lit my dude, mad litty, a reference to the recurring joke that Lewandowski tries too hard to fit in with a young Bayern core.
Don't forget your fifth wheel, my dudes.
It's not that we don't like Lewandowski. I mean, on the pitch is amazing, but off the pitch, can't he just hang out with players his own age?
Isn't this so lit? Just a bunch of cool young dudes having a cornfield and chill?
We also see another reference in the username called VAR These Nuts, along with another Frank Lampard reference with him begging to join any team. After that, we see a very easily missed detail with Pele commenting, is this the internet? How do I send an email? A reference to him being old, but also to the fact that his username is Pele 1283 plus, a reference to Pele claiming that he scored more than 1,283 goals in his career, and only when Ronaldo goes over that amount will he acknowledge him. Next, we see an easy reference to the Ballon d'Or competition, commenting cancelled, a reference to them cancelling the 2020 ceremony. Finally, a very easily missed reference is the small Twitch banner in this entire segment, which is a reference to Aguero actually streaming on Twitch with over 3 million followers. We can see that their Twitch profiles actually match perfectly as well. Here we see a quick reference with Hazard dropping his burger. This could be a reference both to his legendary post-match burger in the 2012 Euro qualifier, where after being subbed out he left the stadium to grab a burger, which caused a huge drama and him to be suspended from the Belgian team for 2 games. This could also be a reference to Burger King roasting Hazard after he rested in a practice, saying that he was resting because of the 2-for-1 deal in Burger King, a reference to him being more overweight than his teammates.
Who put this billboard here?
Attention, future victims. Next season, Milan will be in this house, and Zlatan shall rule you like a king. No, a god. No, what's bigger than a god? Zlatan. Zlatan shall rule you like Zlatan.
So this entire sequence is once again a reference to Zlatan's crazy ego, where he thinks that he's one of the greatest humans alive. Also, the reason Zlatan is joining the Champions House is because AC Milan has managed to slip into the top 4 teams in Italy, qualifying for the Champions League.
Ever since my triumphant return to Milan, we have gone from strength to strength in the Serie A. And by we, I mean me. More weight!
Zlatan requires more dead weight!
It's fun dominating Italy, but for next season, I'm setting my sights on the Champions League title.
You really think Milan can win the Champions League?
According to my dojo masters, absolutely. For I've been carrying my team up a mountain each week to seek the master's advice. They are the only ones Zlatan can trust. Stay here. Zlatan must go alone.
So here we have a couple of references to Zlatan's club, AC Milan. First, we see that the Europa League building is in a much worse condition than the Champions League mansion, given that the Europa League is for those who didn't qualify for the Champions League. We see that the lawn chair is all ripped up, and they're only now introducing the VAR system, which has been in the Champions League for a while now. We also see an easy reference to Zlatan having to carry the dead weight of the AC Milan team with him bench pressing these players. We see this reference once again with Zlatan having to carry the team on his back every week up a mountain to visit his masters.
Masters, I have done everything you asked. I've trained hard, I've become a father figure to my team, I've even turned my life into a biopic. But I seek more guidance. Well, you have come to the right Zlatans.
So here we have the big reveal that Zlatan's masters are just himself, because Zlatan is the only master of Zlatan. But this reveal was actually hinted at when he entered the temple, with the banners covered in the Zlatan signature Z, along with a banner full of lions, a reference to his famous interview where he called himself a lion.
Because lions, they don't recover like humans.
We're doing lions again, yeah?
We do the lion again, yeah.
We also see a quick reference to Zlatan's newest movie called I Am Zlatan, which should be releasing sometime this year.
Actually, I am the right Zlatan. It depends which direction you're facing. From our perspective, I am the right Zlatan. Normal Zlatan is facing us, I am to his right, that makes me the right Zlatan. Please, Zlatans, please! I need to know how to prepare for my arrival next season at the Champions Mansion. Why should Zlatan wait till next season to move in, when Zlatan is ready now? Do as Zlatan does best. Get ahead of yourself. Yes. Tonight, Zlatan shall build a room worthy of the greatest team in Italian history.
Juventus?
No.
Inter!
No.
Oh! You mean Napoli when Maradona was there?
So here we have a couple of very easily missed Easter eggs, including Zlatan parking his Ferrari between multiple Fiats. This is a reference to Zlatan claiming that while he was playing in the MLS, he was a Ferrari amongst Fiats. We also see in the background a truck labeled Harry's Wheeling, Dealing and Moving Company. This could be a reference to the report that Harry Kane will most likely be moving on from Spurs this year.
27.99, put the statue over there. 79, you come with me. Bring the sledgehammer.
So here we see even more references, with Zlatan not bothering to learn his teammates' names and instead calling them by their jersey number. We also see his teammates roll in a broken statue, a reference to a statue outside his hometown stadium, which was repeatedly vandalized after he became a part-time owner in a rival club, leading it to be removed from sight. We also see a reference to what looks like the 2010 to 2011 season, the last time AC Milan won the league title.
This area will be for you, and the rest is for Zlatan. Now, let's get to work. We have to make room for balcony.
Here we have a very easily missed reference to the balcony Zlatan wants to build, which is actually a reference to the movie The Lion King, where the new king of the land is announced to the rest of the world on top of this rock. A reference to Zlatan naming himself the new king of the Champions House by building that same balcony.
Whoa, it's the middle of the night. What are you doing here? Why are you interrupting my sleep cycle?
Don't mind me. I'm just breaking down walls as per usual.
Ugh, I was almost asleep.
Yo, keep it down. I'm trying to throw a secret party.
Here we see two references. First, we see a reference to the first episode of the season, which is all about Messi trying to switch teams with the metaphor that he can't sleep at Barcelona anymore. My first ever video is actually breaking down that episode, so if you guys want to see it, I'll leave it linked below. We also see a reference to Neymar trying to throw a secret party, which is a reference to him receiving heavy backlash after holding a secret 5-day New Year's party during the pandemic.
Sorry, not sorry. Zlatan is preparing a room for Milan, next season's champions of Europe.
Champions of Europe?
My dude, you have not even yet qualified.
It is only a matter of time. To win the Champions League, this is Zlatan's destiny.
If it's your destiny, why haven't you won it by now?
Excuse me?
Yeah, haven't you played for like all the big teams? You didn't even win at Barcelona, man.
We actually won the year after we sold you.
So did Inter.
If Milan wants to win the Champions League, maybe they should just dump your ass!
They have a point, Zlatan. You haven't even played in a final. You are both right.
I guess it's hard for a narcissist to see past his own ego.
Psh! You're no psychotherapist, what do you know?
And you're not an interior designer. Stick to sports.
Oh, snap!
So here we see two easily missed references. Firstly, to the irony of Ronaldo claiming that Zlatan is a narcissist with his own narcissistic personality, as well as Ronaldo telling Zlatan to stick to sports, a reference to Zlatan criticizing LeBron James for getting too involved in the politics of America.
When they have some kind of status and they go in and they do politics at the same time what they're doing. I mean, do what you're good at. Do the category you do. I play football because I'm the best in playing football. I don't do politics.
Anyways, that's going to be all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, if we hit 3,000 likes, I'll drop the next episode. But that's going to be all for now. See you guys next time. Peace.